following breaking news at 5. In just the last hour, Fox 23 has received video with a look at some of the last recorded moments of next Benedict alive following a fight in a bathroom on February 7th. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shay Rossi.
And I'm Sarah Whaley. Owasso police released video of Next walking out of the school and body cam video of an Owasso police officer interviewing Next at the hospital. We have live team coverage on the video and the latest on the investigation, starting with Fox 23's John Acebus. John, you join us live. You've been going through that video this afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of us have been going through the video. There's a 911 call and there's surveillance video. Lots to still unpack here after just getting that within this hour. One thing I do want to note, in this body cam video, you'll hear the Owasso police officer refer to Next as she, as well as the mother referring to Next as she. Again, we are referring to Next as they, there. Lots to unpack here, though. You'll hear the Owasso police officer say outright that Owasso Public Schools dropped the ball in reporting this. You'll also hear that police officer say Next also had some involvement and fault in the fight.
She told me, she said, Mom, she said, these three girls there are just, they won't leave me alone. They're making comments, they're calling us names, they're throwing stuff at us.
When this first started happening, whatever this is going, this banter back and forth between you and the other individuals, did you at any point contact any school administration, whether it be counselor, the teacher that sits in that classroom? Did you let any of them know at any point in time?
No.
Okay. And I'm just asking, it's no right or wrong, but why not?
I didn't really see the point in it. I told my mom though.
Sure. But you didn't tell the school where they could actually do something?
We don't know each other.
Well, you know of each other with the vape situations and all that? Or...
No, before this, we had no recollection. Before this ISP thing, we never saw each other. The freshmen were sophomore.
Okay.
We didn't know any.
Okay.
No, I don't know their names. I don't know.
Okay. So they just up and decided to just start messing with you. There was
because of the way that we dress. I don't know these girls. We were going to stack chairs, and after we stacked chairs, we went to the bathroom.
Okay.
And I was talking with my friends. They were talking with their friends, and we were laughing. And they had said something like, "Why do they laugh like that?" And they were talking about us in front of us. And so I went up there and I poured water on them. They grabbed on my hair. I grabbed onto them. I threw one of them into a paper towel dispenser. And then they got my legs out from under me and got me on the ground, started beating the shit out of me.
Okay.
And then my friends tried to jump in and help, but I'm not sure. I blacked out.
Both parties are victims, but both parties are also suspects in this. You get what I'm saying? You're offender as well. So I will absolutely do a report. If that's what you want, I can do. Okay, but I'm just letting you know. If the other party wants to do the same thing, she's going to be, the assault will be on her as well. Because she first assaulted, she was the one who initiated it, essentially, because you got freedom of speech. You can do all this all day long. The action of physically, the moment she threw that water, you've now assaulted somebody.
Again, lots to unpack here. I do want to go back to what Owasso police told us just a couple of days ago. A preliminary report shows that Next did not die from trauma, but we are still waiting for the medical examiner's report, and we are still waiting on a toxicology report. Both of those things Fox 23 has also requested. 20 minutes of video in the body cam. We have 911 calls, so lots of things going on here in Fox 23 to break down that information and bring it to you at 6 and our later shows this evening. Covering news that matters, John Acebus, Fox 23 News.
Our team coverage continues now with more details from the search warrant Owasso police served the district as they investigate Next's cause of death.
As the investigation continues, Owasso Public Schools has gotten threats that are causing families to keep their kids home from school. The district is increasing security as this case develops as well. Fox 23's Tina Motorzycki is live with the latest on this part of the investigation.
Shay and Sarah, the search warrant was served the day after Next Benedict died. Now this gives us a look into the investigation process and how things are kind of unfolding right before our eyes. While we wait to find out how 16-year-old Next Benedict died, We are continuing to look into the Owasso Police Department's investigation. Fox 23 obtained a copy of the search warrant that was executed at the high school a day after Nex's death. Owasso police told media they were going to treat it as a suspicious death until proven otherwise. We've since learned from a preliminary autopsy Nex did not die from trauma as a result of the fight that took place in Owasso High School's bathroom earlier this month. According to the search warrant, investigators took 137 pictures of the bathroom and evidence, took 2 swabs of the bathroom, and collected documents of all students involved. According to Owasso police, the morning of Nex's death, the detective talked to the school resource officer to learn Nex got into a fight the day before. Owasso police say they cannot get a warrant for a natural death. A crime would need to be suspected. With that preliminary information, the detective got the warrant suspecting foul play. The crime would be assault and battery. Earlier this week, Owasso Public Schools said they received threats at the high school. The FBI deemed one threat credible. The threats have resulted in some families choosing to keep their kids home from school. According to the district, Tuesday and Wednesday, roughly 85% of high school students attended school. Thursday, that number dipped to 82%. Friday, 76% of students went to school. Friday night, there is a basketball game. OPS says there is an increased security at games. As the investigation continues, Tulsa County District Attorney Steve Kunzweiler says in a statement they do not comment on ongoing investigations. He says obviously the unexpected death of a person, especially a child, is a tragedy. A family in our community is grieving, and we empathize with their sorrow during this difficult time. While much has been speculated about this child's death in social media, we will maintain the integrity of law enforcement's investigation and allow them to do their job. This community, like any other community in the United States, deserves investigations of any allegation to be professional, objective, and not swayed by sentiments fueled by the passion of emotions which may be misinformed. Again, we are waiting on Nex's toxicology report for that autopsy that police say will give us a clear understanding as to how they died. Coming up at 6, I speak with a mom who's worried about her son's safety at this point and is considering keeping him home from school with everything going on. We'll have that for you just coming up. Live covering News That Matters, I'm Tanya Motorzitsky, Fox 23 News.
And the White House is now weighing in on the death of the non-binary Owasso student as well. The Biden administration says it's up to the Department of Justice to determine if Nex Benedict's death should be investigated as a hate crime.
I learned today about the hundreds of calls the Owasso Police Department is getting from around the world asking questions about their investigations. Here's where things stand. Owasso police tell me they've handled more than 600 inquiries about their investigation into Nex Benedict's death from media in 10 countries. Besides the U.S., they've heard from reporters in Canada, Ireland, Scotland, England, France, India, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. Owasso police are sharing what they've shared with Fox 23. While the physical autopsy of Nex Benedict is complete and the preliminary findings from the state medical examiner show trauma was not the cause of death, police are waiting on the toxicology lab work to provide answers on how the Owasso student died. Police say these are the 3 most common questions they're getting, prompted mostly from social media posts. 1. Why did it take 2 weeks for OPD to put anything out? Answer: OPD did not wait 2 weeks. We announced the student's death the night the student passed away. The second claim: OPD is in bed with the medical examiner's office. Answer: here in Oklahoma, the ME is a state office and not connected to the city of Owasso or OPD. The third question: if you're waiting on the toxicology, how can you give a preliminary cause of death? Answer: because the physical autopsy is complete. The medical examiner is waiting on the lab work results of the toxicology. Police tell me once the department is finished with their investigation into what happened at Owasso High School and in the hours before Nex Benedict died the following day at the hospital, they will take their information and evidence gathered to the Tulsa County District Attorney's Office, who will decide whether charges should be filed in the death of Nex. And DA Steve Kunzweiler says he knows there is so much interest in this, but he is allowing law enforcement to do their job and finish their investigation, though he knows the family and community are grieving.
If you would like to pay your respects to Nex, these are several vigils you can see being held around the state.
The details of these events are on your screen right now. Tonight there's one in McAllister and one in Stillwater. Then tomorrow there's one in Oklahoma City and another in Tahlequah.
There are 4 happening Sunday, one in Owasso, one in Bartlesville, one in Lawton, Oklahoma, and one at Guthrie Green in downtown Tulsa. Owasso High School students and community members are then planning a walkout on Monday morning at 9:45.
Organizers say it's to show support for LGBTQ+ youth and to bring awareness to what they say is Owasso Public Schools' lack of response to bullying. Those who want to participate should meet at 86th Street North and 129th East Avenue Monday morning, again at 9:45.
You can find more details on all of these events on fox23.com.